There's a huge difference between asking God questions and questioning God. Asking God questions with the intent to understand is rooted in faith, not rebellion. It says, God, I trust you, I just need clarity. For example, in Luke 1:34, when the angel tells Mary that she will conceive Jesus, she asks, Lord, how will this be since I'm a virgin? Notice that Mary isn't saying this can't happen. She's asking how God will do it with the intent to understand, and God answers her. We also see how David constantly asks God questions. In Psalm 13:1, he asks, How long, O Lord? These are questions of relationship, not rebellion. They come from trust, even in pain. Questioning God becomes a problem when it shifts from seeking understanding to challenging God's wisdom or refusing obedience. For example, the Israelites in the wilderness. After God repeatedly provides, Israel says in Exodus 17:7, Is the Lord among us or not? This wasn't curiosity. This was accusation. And scripture later says in Psalm 95:9 that they tested the Lord. Questioning God's wisdom happens again in Luke 1:18. When the angel tells Zechariah that he will have a son, he says, How shall I know this? For I'm an old man. Unlike Mary, Zechariah questions God's ability, and he's struck mute. It's the same miracle category, but a different heart posture. And we see both sides of questioning God in Moses. When God calls Moses from the burning bush, Moses asks some legitimate questions. In Exodus 3:11, he asks, Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh? In Exodus 3:13, Moses says, If they ask me what is his name, what should I say? In Exodus 4:1, he asks, What if they don't believe me? And God answers every single one. But then Moses crosses the line. In Exodus 4:13, Moses says, Oh, my Lord, please send someone else. And at that moment, scripture says the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses. Why? Because Moses was no longer asking to understand. He was asking to opt out. God had already answered the questions. The key difference is the heart of it. Asking God questions says, I want to follow you. Help me understand. Questioning God says, I don't want to do this. Convince me or get someone else to do it. And remember, God knows our heart. He knows us before we were even born. Proverbs 3:5 says, Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. God welcomes honest questions, but he calls us to trust him when he answers.